Well, welcome to the Cave of Science, and today we're going to look at part 4 of your UAV data, and this is actually creating the ArcGIS map. And I'm right into the data page, how you put your material together here. I'm going to be flipping back and forth a little bit, so please follow along with me. You could open your ArcGIS account and click on Map, and then just minimize that. From the UAV flight path, you're going to place 3 drop pins on each horizontal line of the flight path. And we'd like at least one of these to be on the asphalt. And if you go up here, this gives you a relative idea where the UAV flew. And these are the 3 horizontal lines we're talking about. Now, I will be perfectly honest with you, when they took all the pictures, and there's 100 GoPro pictures they took off the UAV. If you want to look at these, I can send them to you, but unfortunately, they couldn't decode those and give us some usable data. So what the ISD gave me was some Landsat data from NASA, and which is pretty cool how much free data is out there. So again, it's the process, and not so much the outcome. But we're looking in this general area here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to click on the satellite map image and zoom into the area of the UAV flight path. And then left click on the spot on the satellite image and record the NRI value, or first value. The NRI is called the near infrared, and this is the one we're going to look at. So you'll go up here and you actually have the satellite map, and I've already opened it up, so I'm just going to open it up for you. And so what you have is this infrared map of the area that we actually flew over. And this is done by NASA. And what we're going to do is look at 9 different points. Now, I'm just going to go through one because the other 8 will all work the same. And so we know our flight path went something like this up through here. Well, one of the pins, drop pins if you will, has to be in the asphalt. And I would suggest you get out here in a little bit different, where it's more asphalt. Unfortunately, the satellite is 100 miles up in the sky, so you don't get the detail like you would get from the UAV that was only flying 40 meters high. So all these different areas, when you left click on an area, you're going to get a whole bunch of data. And really what we're going to look at, let's see if I can drag that down. We're going to look at, I'll go back to this one. We're just going to look at this item pixel value, and we're going to look at the first value here. And this one happens to be 95, and that is the near infrared value. So you're going to want to write that down on a piece of paper. And as you do all your other ones, when you left click, this one's 105, this one's 106. Wherever you left click, this one's 120. You're going to get all this data. So this will go fairly quickly. All right, let's go back to our report. And let me scroll down here. So we got the near infrared value was 95. And we want, from relative pixel values, which is our near infrared value, determine the health of the vegetation. And this is right above here. And so if we got a 95, anything less than 100 is a man-made surface. So we're probably going to want to write that down. So 95 is our near infrared value. It's a man-made surface. Easy enough to do. Okay, the next part, we want to open the red lens and determine land use. And so we have the red lens up here, and I've already got that open. And this happens to give you all the pixel values of land use. Now the problem with this again is that it's 100 miles up into space, and you don't quite get the detail. But as you can see, if we have orange here, it's a forest. We got the dark blue here is developed, and as you would expect, most of the baseball field would be grass, hay, and crops. Well, if you look at where we got parking lots here, and again, right in here, you would think would be a parking lot. We're going to just call this developed. And again, we don't get the detail we'd get from the UAV, but it stands to reason that if we got an asphalt parking lot, it would be developed. So we're going to write that down in our notes. And let's go back to our report. So we got our NRI value and our NIR value, near infrared value, of 95. We know it is a man-made surface, and we know it is developed, which kind of makes sense. Man-made surface would be developed. And now we want to go right into our map and create our GIS map. So we can go into what we're going to do. Let me click right out of this. Is that we are going to go into our map, and we're going to find pretty much the same area. And let me back up one here. It might be a little easier for you to see. You're going to go in here. You're going to be in map. We're going to want to find Comstock Park. Remember, we could go to our base maps. I would suggest you start with streets just because they get you in the general area. And let's get in on where we need to be. Grand Rapids. Let's get it in here. And we're in Comstock Park. And we want 6 Mile Road. So we're going to be right in here somewhere. Find our high school. Let it work. We're in 6 Mile Road. Here's Alpine Abbey. Oh, there we go. We're Division and 6 Mile. So we're going to be right in here somewhere. So once you kind of zoom in there, get the general area, go back to your base map and select imagery. And oh, lo and behold, there's our fields. And that looks like that's pretty good. So we're going to want to go to add, and we're going to add map notes. Again, you can call this whatever you want here. I guess I would just call it UAV data. And we'll leave it at that. We'll create it. And if you remember, we can go to a push pin, and to add a point, press Control. So we can put a pin in here somewhere, and there's our pin. And we're going to call the title of this is going to be UAV data, or we can call it asphalt, I guess, because we know it's going to be the UAV data. And in the description, we're going to put down the 3 values that we have. So the near infrared value was 95. The health of our of that area, it was a man-made surface. Man-made surface. And then if you remember what we had from our red lens map, we said it was developed, so we can write that in there. We can say it's developed surface, and we can change our symbol if you like. I don't know, whatever you like to do. Maybe I'll put in this one, so we'll do that. So now I got my flag there. And so you're going to do this 8 more times. So I can hit close, and there's my pin. So when you click on it, you get that information. Once you are all done, again, you'd want to save it. You're going to save it to your file. Put a title on there. I would say it's a UAV data. Add a tag, Comstock Park or CP, physical science. Description, again, you could put down UAV data, and then you would hit save map. I guess I've already got one in there, so I'll have to put another one in there. But you kind of get the idea there. So I'll put down data 2, save map, and it'll save. So now when you click on this, you get all this information, which is kind of cool. Now once you're done, and again, you got to repeat these steps 8 more times. You're going to want to go to share, probably everyone public, which is fine, and you're going to copy this URL, and you're going to paste this into your UAV data report. And that's about all there is to it. So as you go through this, you can make that. So what ends up happening once you get done, let's see if I can go back here to get out of this. I can go to my content, and I've already done one. Let's see if it loads up for me. UAV data. I can click on it, and I'm going to come up with my map, and I'm going to want to open it. And then when I click on this point here, the flag, there's my data. Near infrared value 95, man-made surface undeveloped. So as you go through this, when you submit it, you're going to have 3 on about this horizontal line, 3 more in here, and 3 there. So hopefully this helps. And again, as usual, if you have questions, feel free to ask in class. But once you kind of get through it once or twice, it's really pretty simple to put together. So that's it from the Cave of Science, and we will talk to you later. Bye.